and helping us to turn mute off. You've heard Kevin, you've heard the governor, you've heard James, they're microphoning. We're open for business, energy business. We can no longer develop our economies on mute. The government says, check this box, check this box, check this box, and you can open a casino. Check this box, check this box, check this box, you can open a hotel. Check this box, so on and so forth. We got a checkbox economy. We now need to be, when we turn off mute, we now need to be speaking with the voice of innovation, creativity, inspiration, motivation. But what's going to help that is partnership in what they're saying, capacity. And so as we move forward, economic development is going to become obsolete, at least in our minds, because it focuses on what we don't have, starting with deficit, versus to alternative asset development, starting with what we do have. And part of that asset is partnerships. So we have about 2 minutes left. Are there any burning questions that the audience might have for the three gentlemen that are sitting here, and anything that they might have shared? Or did they just wow you? I don't see any hands.
Oh, there's one. There's one. There's a couple.
Okay. Good.
Oh, absolutely. Alaska is a very interesting component of Indian country. They house 223 of the federally recognized tribes, about 40% of the tribes up there. So those partnerships, Alaska is busted up into 13 different regions. So you have regional corporations that kind of, like a normal corporation, their tribal members are shareholders, so they go out into the private sector and they go make money for them. So when it comes to that type of development, that's usually handled through the nonprofit arm of these regional corporations, as well as everything that Alaska can leverage in terms of their capacity and their technical knowledge as well. So in order for that project to be a success, that was up in the Nana region of Alaska, and the group that put that project together in Buckland, they had come before the office before. But the most important thing is when you form these partnerships, they chose who they wanted their partners to be, the contractors, the hardware manufacturers, those types of things, because everything that they wanted to do was commercially available hardware. So by creating that, and I can't even get into the structure of Alaska and all the different levels that you have right now because I don't have enough time, but they managed to pull that together. I'm not going to say on the shoestring budget, but they were able to harness one vision and one goal and move very, very quickly with their contractors and their project manager in order to make that a success. I'd be more than happy to describe it to you after this panel. I just don't have enough time.
So with that, our time's run up. So thank you, panelists, very much. Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, James.
Thank you.
We are pleased to invite our next speaker to the stage to share closing remarks. Friends and colleagues, please welcome USHCC board member, Ms. Rachel Coots.
Buenos dias. Good morning. Dr. Lorky and the panel, thank you so much. First of all, I just want to say that not only do I lead AT&T consumer supply chain trying to get products into the hands of my customers, but I'm also honored to be in charge of and to lead our supplier diversity and supplier sustainability initiatives. So Ernie, I want to thank you for putting this event together. This is really important to me and into the work that we're doing to help drive our AT&T initiatives regarding sustainability into our supplier base. Okay, so the Cambridge Dictionary defines an environmental footprint as the effect that a person, company, or an activity has on the environment. I am really proud to report that AT&T is deeply committed to incorporating energy efficiencies in our real estate, fleet, network, and into our supply chain to help reduce our environmental footprint. For example, today, we purchase more than 1.7 gigawatts of renewable energy. And in 2022, we are announcing 2 new solar energy deals representing 155 megawatts of solar energy, making us the 7th largest U.S. corporate renewable energy user. Most importantly, we're committed to conducting business with the highest ethical standards and integrity, emphasizing corporate responsibility, sustainability, and we hold our suppliers to those same high standards. We are building on our momentum to address environmental sustainability issues. Despite the pandemic, we're still committed to our 2035 goal of achieving net zero scope 1 and 2 greenhouse gas emissions, and we're on track. We're decreasing our costs and our environmental footprint by enhancing the resilience and efficiency of our operations, as well as our procurement of renewable energy. At AT&T, we want to do business with suppliers who share our vision of taking purposeful action to reduce our carbon footprint while developing products and services for AT&T. We have set science-based targets to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in line with the international consensus on limiting global temperature increases. This includes a target to ensure that 50% of our suppliers set their own science-based Scope 1 and Scope 2 emissions reduction targets by 2024, and we're on track. 47% of our suppliers have set such targets. We continue to incorporate sustainability-oriented standards and analysis into our sourcing decisions, including the insertion of sustainability clauses into requests for proposals, or better known as RFPs, I think we all know that, and agreements. We train our entire business organization on sustainability principles. And just like any other business where what gets measured gets tracked, we also measure our suppliers as to what their sustainability values are and whether they're on track with those. In short, I'm really proud to work for a company like AT&T, who has tactical plans in place, not only as a business, but also into our supply chain to reduce our nation's environmental footprint. And I'm honored to collaborate with the Chamber to advance our initiatives. In closing, I want to sincerely thank all of you, the Chamber, and my fellow board peers for the privilege to stand here and speak with all of you today. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the summit.